Hello, my name is Jake Wallace, and I was an MA TESOL student from August of 2012 until June of 2014. And that was because I reported an academic fraud going on in the program, that they were admitting Koreans through a backdoor admissions program. They weren't using CAE or IELTS. They had an in-house process, and unfortunately, these Koreans, while they were very smart, they had just finished their bachelor's in Korea and they were launching into a master's in English, which is academically impossible. So there was a tremendous amount of plagiarism, academic dishonesty. Americans were doing research papers and a lot of the work for the Koreans who simply would disappear. They were unavailable. We reported this to professors. They didn't care. We ended up reporting it to the university. They ended up covering it up, as these videos will show. And it was covered up through the Chancellor's Office, Chancellor White, and Framrose Bergy, and also through WAS Senior in Alameda County, which is a member institute in that CSU, California State University, has about 3 or 4 presidents on the WAS board, as does Stanford and UC. So WASC, which is a federal anointed agency to oversee accreditation and that universities are complying with complaint systems in order to qualify for federal financial aid, are in fact just gatekeeping. But let's talk more about this picture right here. So this was taken about 3 weeks ago. You can see my name is right here. I'm participating, and this is a informational on the MA TESOL and a couple of other degrees. And like I said, this is Lyn Diaz-Ricco, who, unfortunately I didn't record this. You'll find out as you deal with these university officials, you do want to be recording video and audio, recording them at all times, whatever they're saying, any phone calls, because they're going to switch it up. But what happened is that I'm participating in this meeting, and they've got new students here. Well, they've got potential students, I should say. You know, some are sitting right in front of Rico, and others are up on the board like I am up on the banner. And so I'm asking Rico very nicely if she can help me untangle the fuckery that's gone on with my being suspended and their failure, and they're covering it up and readmitted me to the wrong classes and just continuing to retaliate. And she was very upbeat. Oh yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, we can help you. Just, let me give you my number. I mean, everything was positive, affirmative, right? I mean, I was really kind of surprised because here's a woman that I've criticized. We'll be doing a YouTube video on Lyn Diaz-Ricco specifically. So here she is. Of course, she has other potential students, and I don't get into the meat of what's going on. But suffice it to say that as soon as I get a hold of her on the email, which is immediately, then I get a whole different person. There's nothing she can do to help me. In fact, she's not going to do anything to help me. For example, what I'm trying to do, I have 2 Fs because they admitted me to 2 wrong classes after they illegally suspended me. And I'll talk about that in some videos as well. And so I'm trying to get these Fs off my transcripts and be readmitted. I have 2 more classes, right? I have $50,000 in debt. And so this is like, she's got some mental disorder, or, she's a sociopath. Because now that I'm talking with her on the email, there's nothing she can do to help me. She's not going to help me. They're still punishing me for highlighting this fraud. And it's not just the MA TESOL fraud. We're going to be talking about the NBA, Vietnam fraud, the Chinese cash for credit fraud, and they've got other stuff they're cooking up in China with an online university that clearly is going to be a fraud, and it's going to be an academic fraud, and we'll describe that in some other videos, what that really means. So anyway, this witch has completely changed it up now, and actually this request that I'm making to revoke these 2 Fs is a common thing. It's no skin off her tail, right? They're not going to readmit me. They're not going to take the Fs off my transcript. I had a 3.78 before they suspended me for reporting the academic fraud. So you really got to be careful of these people. These people at Cal State University, San Bernardino, and certainly we'll be talking about the Chancellor's office. These aren't the cream of the crop. These are people that really, they're very apathetic. They really don't care about the students. The College of Extended Learning is not funded through the university. It's not funded through public money. And people don't know that. When you take these degrees through this CEL, College of Extended Learning, you're not really a Cal State student. You don't have access to medical services, psychological services. They're never going to tell you this. They're never going to tell you that, by the way, you're not really a Cal State student. You're part of this hybrid college, which is its entire ability to exist functions on getting money from some other sources because they're not funded through the university. All right, so you can see that this creates the recipe for these kind of academic frauds. And in this channel, we're going to be covering this extensively. We have extensive information which is going to indicate how poor these people are, just how ugly. I mean, they really are. They're just liars. They're honest to God liars. And I mean, just looking at this lady, you can see that they've got this burden to carry because they have to get the money for this college, and they're obviously going to defraud. It's okay if they want to go to China and sell a public university. I really don't care, or Korea, but don't ruin my degree or don't suspend me because we don't want to do the academic work for the Koreans.